Did you know that around 1 million people each year die from parasitic infections, let alone all the other unfortunate animals that fall prey to parasitism? These organisms may be very small, but they can be very deadly. But what exactly are parasites? What if I told you some of the deadliest creatures on Earth are too small to see? They don't roar. They don't chase. They don't need claws or venom. They enter silently. Through water. Through food. Through a single mosquito bite. And once inside your body, they turn you into their home. They may be microscopic, but that doesn't mean they can't be lethal. Today we takes a look at the deadliest parasites in the world, from a zombie fungus to a worm that emerges from your foot. What are parasites? Put simply, parasites are any organism thing that lives in or on another organism, known as the host. They rely on hosts for nutrition and survival, feeding on the living body of the host, either by directly eating their tissues or absorbing nutrients from their body. What's the biggest parasite in the world? Don't worry, it's not as gruesome as you might think. Ugh, there's a tongue-eating parasite? Afraid so, and it grows as big as a cockroach. Meet Simathoa exigua. Eminent evolutionary biologist E.O. Wilson described parasites as predators that eat prey in units of less than one. As well as feeding on them, many parasites use their hosts as breeding grounds. They may reproduce sexually or asexually inside the body and lay eggs that hatch inside, creating the next generation of parasites within. Unlike other mutually beneficial symbiotic relationships, such as the relationship between a plant and a pollinator, parasitism is one-sided and harmful to the host. Parasitism is by definition an exploitative relationship, with the parasite taking resources that the host does not want to give up. The harm caused may be slight or it may be extreme, resulting in death. Number 10. Malaria parasite. The malaria parasite is not only a killer parasite, it is also one of the world's largest killers, killing some 600,000 people per year. Because of this, female Anopheles mosquitoes, which are their hosts and carriers, are said to be the world's deadliest insect and one of the deadliest animals to humans. Plasmodium is a single-celled microorganism that causes sickness. Plasmodium are obligatory parasites, which means they can't finish their life cycles unless they find and use a suitable host, like mosquitoes or people. Malaria does not spread from person to person on its own. Instead, it spreads through blood that is infected and moved from one mosquito bite to the next. Could climate change cause malaria to return to the UK? When a plasmodium parasite gets into a person's blood, it goes to their liver, where it grows and reproduces. The next generation then invades the person's red blood cells, leaving a trail of destruction behind them. This breaks liver cells and makes it harder for blood cells to carry oxygen across the body. If you don't treat the harm caused by the parasites, it could kill you. Number 9. Schistosoma. Schistosomiasis, like malaria, is a parasite disease that mostly affects people in the tropics and other impoverished countries. In this example, the illness agent is a type of flatworm known as a blood fluke. These microscopic worms, a little longer than a grain of reach, can be spread by touching dirty freshwater, like when you swim or fish. These parasites not only infect and grow inside freshwater snails, but they also release free swimming larvae into water sources. These larvae then burrow into the skin of unfortunate humans and enter their bloodstream. Once they get inside, they travel to the bladder or intestines, where they grow into adult flatworms. Number 8. Trypanosoma brucei, sleeping sickness parasite. Unlike other single-celled parasites, this deadly freeloader does not infect the blood and tissue cells, but exclusively inhabits the blood plasma and other bodily fluids outside of cells. The disease that Trypanosoma brucei causes is known as sleeping sickness, or African trypanosomiasis. This nasty tropical illness first causes fevers and headaches, then at a later stage confusion, comas, and extreme daytime sleepiness. Number 7. Leishmania, leishmaniasis parasite. Leishmania is another parasite that is spread by a flying insect. It is a single-celled organism that causes the horrible tropical and subtropical disease leishmaniasis. The parasite is conveyed from one person to another by the bite of an infected female sandfly of the phlebotomine genus. There are several types of the condition, and they might be more or less severe. Visceral leishmaniasis is the most deadly type. More than 95% of the time, it will kill you if you don't treat it. Leishmaniasis is treatable and curable, but you need a healthy immune system to do so. Leishmaniasis is particularly fatal in poor nations because people can't get appropriate treatment and their immune systems are weak because they aren't eating enough. Number 6, guinea worm. The following one is likely to make you feel quite sick. Guinea worms are the biggest parasites that live in human tissue. They are different from intestinal parasites like tapeworms. When they grow up, they can be 600 to 800 m long and 2 m wide, and their life cycle is like something out of a horror movie. People get sick when they consume water that has guinea worm larvae in it. These larvae live in the bodies of little cyclops crustaceans, which are the intermediate host. The cyclops is subsequently broken down in the stomach, which releases the worm larvae. These larvae then move through the intestinal wall and into the body. After mating with the host, the now fully formed female will go down the body through the muscles to find a place to leave. This will happen about a year later. The worm will come out, generally from the feet, and it will burst through the skin in a very painful blister. Horrible. Number 5. Toxoplasma gondii or emesis parasite. This one might not only make you feel sick, but it might also make you think differently about your cats. Infected cats transfer toxoplasmosis to people, mostly through their poop. Most of the time, the parasite doesn't create any symptoms, and individuals don't even know they have it, but it can sometimes cause major difficulties, especially in pregnant women. Interestingly, Toxoplasma gondii infection changes the behavior of rats and mice so that cats are more willing to consume them. Rodents that are afflicted are less afraid of cat pee and more likely to explore. This is how the parasite makes sure it gets passed on to the host, where it may breed. Number 4. Fasciola hepatica. We've mostly talked about parasites that kill people so far. What about parasites that kill other animals? Fasciola hepatica, often called the common liver fluke, is a type of flatworm that lives in the livers of many mammals, but mostly sheep and cattle, who can subsequently pass them on to people. It produces the condition fascioliasis, which is luckily rare. The parasite thrives and grows in the liver and bile ducts of its hosts. This can hurt these organs and cause symptoms including jaundice, abdominal pain, and inflammation. Fascioliasis is not usually deadly in people, but if left untreated, it can cause consequences that can be deadly. The fatality rate is high in cattle, sheep, and goats, and fasciolosis causes a lot of lost animal productivity around the world, which is a costly and dangerous concern for people's livelihoods. Number 3. Leucochloridium paradoxum. Another parasite that is deadly to a non-human animal is Leucochloridium paradoxum, also known as green-banded broodsack, and the creator of zombie snails. This parasitic flatworm infects the eye stalks of land snails, reproducing and creating large brood sacs that pulsate in a way that imitates the movement of a caterpillar, the prey of their primary host, birds. Even more impressively, the parasite manipulates the behavior of its host, making the snail stay out in the open and on higher vegetation so that they are more conspicuous. Number 2. Ampulex compressa. From zombie snails to zombie roaches. Next on our list is the little but deadly solitary tropical wasp, Ampulex compressa, which is also called the jewel wasp. These mind-bending parasites don't bother people much, but they do horrible things to cockroaches. The female jewel wasp initially stabs her prey with her stinger, which releases a strong neurotoxic. This is what inspired the famous chest-bursting scene in Alien. The toxin is not injected randomly. It is administered very carefully into the ganglia, which is the cockroach's brain. This makes the cockroach's behavior alter quickly. First, it will carefully groom itself. Then, it will become lazy and slow, and all of its typical escape responses will be placed on hold. Number 1. Cordyceps fungi. Finally, we move on to perhaps one of the most talked about parasites in popular culture. Unlike in a recent popular TV show, Cordyceps does not infect humans and lead to zombie apocalypse, but mainly exploits insects. In contrast to the rest of the parasites on this list, primarily single-celled organisms and various worms, Cordyceps is a fungus. Parasites may be small, but their impact is massive. They remind us that danger doesn't always come with sharp teeth or loud growls. Sometimes, the most terrifying threats are invisible, hiding in water, food, soil, or a single insect bite. The good news? Most parasitic infections are preventable with proper hygiene, clean water, food safety, and protection from insect vectors. If this video shocked you, imagine what else is hidden in the natural world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the dark side of biology, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more terrifying science and mystery content, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next countdown. Because the world is full of secrets, and we're just getting started.